When I unboxed the Breakflip, I made some pretty interesting claims, and met with a lot of hostility. Understandingly so. And I still stand by those claims. They are, of course, my opinion, because I said them, and they still hold up. But do they hold up in the majesty of the Flipbow? Yes, I kind of alluded that there was another blaster here, and of course, if they're going to make a whole line called Flip Slingers or whatever, they're definitely going to have another blaster in that line, kind of like Multi-Shot Madness, which only included the Rough Cut and the Diatron. But, yep, today we're taking a look at the Flipbow, the perfect hybrid of blaster and crossbow, and featuring a unique flipping activation. The Flipbow is a non-stop parade of blasting action. Crank up to advance the quick clip, then flip down and blast away. And yep, if keen of you will understand that this is the exact opposite of the Breakflip, which is both a boon and a curse, although I have not fired it yet. I can only use my imagination. Is this better than the Breakflip? For a lot of you, it may be, because right off the bat, you will notice that, of course, it flips up, so there's less of a chance of it going limp on you, and, of course, the magazine is fed vertically instead of horizontally, although it still feeds down just like the Dynamag. And it's got some awesome bow action. I have already unboxed the blaster, so we've got the actual blaster right there, which is the same size as the Breakflip. We've got that awesome crossbow action stuff, which is held in by just little things. Not going to use them. Sorry, the three of you that care about that kind of stuff. And then, of course, the 20 darts. And immediately, you will notice this handle is somewhat familiar. And that is because it is almost exactly, well, cosmetically a little bit different, but it's almost exactly like the Whip Blast, which is, like, the best blaster ever. Oh, wait, I already said that on another one. Oh, dear! Hyperbole! But yeah, this is obviously using a gearing system, so I bet it's even less mod-worthy than the actual Breakflip, which doesn't use any kind of gearing whatsoever. And it kind of looks like, well, it looks like two things. It could look like some kind of punching sword, but it definitely looks like the railgun from S4 League is how I would put it. Very, very interesting, and yet I have not been able to fire it yet. And we will rectify that right now. We are going to load the blaster like so, and, well, customary, we're going to have to use it the way it was actually intended, with two hands. So with this one, I guess the grip is going to go down here, which would get it in the way of the crossbow action, but whatever. We're going to prime it, pull it back, and fire. And, in all honesty, it seems like it's hitting a little bit harder. Just a bit. It does advertise ranges of up to 75 feet, instead of the 70 feet on the Breakflip. But of course, we're interested in the one-hand action. Oh boy. Did that go? Well, that went. Did that go? Oh, that went too. And does it feature slam fire? It does feature slam fire. So, I've only fired it a few times, of course, but my immediate reaction is a lot of people are going to like the fact that this thing primes like that. It is a little bit awkward. It is incredibly awkward, but it's easier to kind of jerk up and flip like that. So for those of you that are worried about tracking targets or anything like that, that's going to be even worse in my opinion. But it does seem to hit a little bit harder. I can definitely feel that. I don't have chronograph data or anything like that, but I can definitely tell with how hard they're hitting the cardboard there that it is a bit harder. But two-handing this thing's a little awkward, and then this priming action, that's interesting. It does help in the fact that you won't have that crazy limp problem going on. But when it comes to actually firing, oh. See if I can steady that as much as possible. It's just not happening. It doesn't feel anywhere near as nice to me as the Breakflip. And I know I'm likely to say that because I already said the Breakflip was the best thing ever. I do like the whole, look at that, I'm holding a sword. Just kidding, it's a gun. It's kind of interesting. I mean, you could totally use this to block a foam melee. It's like, ha! But yeah, it's not nearly as intuitive to me. It is nice that it does prime fairly simply, but in the case of the good old Breakflip here, put a magazine in it, just to be fair. It's hard to do this on camera. And the fact that I'm trying to not to hit the table. But I don't have too many problems with myself going limp anymore. You kind of have to slap it like that. So, I don't know. I almost feel like maybe the Flipbow here is a bit better in the one-handed department. Definitely better in the one-handed department. But what I feel it really lacks is that slam fire, but that's not even how I like to use this blaster. The way I like to use this blaster is that action feels really, really intuitive to me, and is one of the reasons why I love this. I feel it's a very versatile blaster. While this does feel like it's better in some areas, because again, you can do, wow, that's really hard to do left-handed. Holy crap. There we go. It feels like I'm punching forward almost. Like, if I just do it like that, that feels really weird, and if I'm not paying attention, I'm definitely going to hit myself in the face with that. But this will solve, undoubtedly, a lot of problems people had with the Breakflip, and I am cool with that. I still feel like the Breakflip is the better blaster, but this does get a little bit better range. Clean up the desk right here a little bit so I can actually fit these. I do feel like the Breakflip is a little more usable in the fact that it's very easy to go from, hey, I can one-hand it, to, hey, I can two-hand it. This feels really nice to me. It's very lever action-like, and it works really well in my opinion. This, on the other hand, doing that feels really awkward. And then, of course, you have I have a magazine sticking out the top, which some people like. Let's try to... I do like the fact it's hitting a little bit harder. It's not going to replace the Breakflip for me. I am less upset if I would have bought two of these than if I would have bought two of these. I don't think I'll be buying two of these, but I do like the idea that if you wanted to holster it, again, you're going to have kind of the same problems with the huge magazine on there, but it's easy to draw, and then you've got that. Again, here's it primed, which looks totally, like, this is cool. I ain't gonna lie, that looks cool. If I could figure out a way to lock that up, I'd be quite happy, because this just looks awesome, you know. Aha! Check out my new BOOMco keyblade! But I still, the way this works, yeah, I don't know, it's a hard comparison, because they're both pretty good at what they do. So which is actually the better blaster? Again, my heart's with the Breakflip, but a lot of you out there who were upset at the Breakflip video are gonna like the idea of the Flipbow a hell of a lot more. And I'm getting sort of rambly at this point, but I do hope that you guys make your own decisions on stuff and don't blindly follow my advice. God, that really is the BOOMco keyblade right there. That's kind of funny. But other than that, two very, very similar blasters in the same line, both of which are completely awesome. I do have to make that point. These are both phenomenal blasters, and I highly recommend either of them. So for those of you who like the idea of this guy, well, you're going to get a little bit better range, and you're going to get a little bit better one-handed usability, because you don't have to worry about the whole, you know, limp thing going on. But in all honesty, this feels a hell of a lot faster to me. So I'm gonna go with maybe this is the better one-handed blaster. I feel this is a hell of a lot better as a two-handed blaster, although it can do one-handed and it's very, very versatile. But for those of you caring about range, this is gonna be it for you. So, I have rambled on quite long enough, and I do hope you have enjoyed the video, and of course, leave your thoughts and opinions in the boxes below, and I'll see you next time. Are you presentable?
Oh, I'm good.
So, as an impartial third party, use both. Which one is better?
What the hell? So that's... Oh, okay, I got you. This one feels funky. I like this one a lot better.
BOOMco confirmed for Kingdom Hearts 3.